This is one of the worst pieces of legislation that I've seen. And you can know that this is the case since there is an economic consensus. Like, I have seen people on the left that advocate for socialism. Even they are saying that this is mentally insane. While the right wingers didn't even have to read it past the title. So, punishing. So, let me explain to you just how retarded it is and why it's dumb. Let's say you want to save some cash for when your kid grows up. You want to send them to college, so you want to have like some money set aside for that event. Maybe you want to buy a house in 10 years, you want to set aside some cash. Some people want to invest, right? Like some individuals would think, okay, I'll just invest into the stock market. Let's say you invest $1,000 and later on, maybe due to inflation, maybe due to market volatility, you now have stock worth of $2,000. But you haven't sold them, right? Like it's theoretical money. Like you're not interested in selling. The government still wants 360. The government looks at it and says you made $1,000, and you're like, well, no, I didn't. I didn't sell them. But like the government doesn't care. It wants 360 from you, which means that people are going to have to start selling, right? Now, if people sell, it causes it causes like panic selling. It's not like they're going to sell the stocks for less. You're going to absolutely destroy the economy. Every single economist knows this. Especially when you have like people that trade with a lot of stocks. This is like just wow. Wow. Taxing people that didn't even make something. This is a new form of taxation. It's absolutely insane. Now, which are going to be the markets most affected by this? Probably anything that has to do with volatile markets. So anyone trading in crypto, for instance, anyone that plays on the stock, right? Like anyone investing in any type of stocks is going to be influenced by it. So much so that they may generally have to leave. Like it's absolutely insane. It's worse than being in no profit, right? It's worse than being a slave because at least a slave works for free. But this is like being a slave when you have to pay for things you didn't make. It's like you're a slave and you get indebted the more you slave. That make any sense? And so the question is like, why did they pass something like this? Because like surely they have advisors. Like surely they know. And the answer, and this is what I think as a cynical Eastern European, um, is that the economy is going to shit. Like things are this bad that they need a quick fix. Like they just want to put a patch on it so that they can kick the can down the road. You have to understand how many politicians think. They don't think in the sense of like what's going to happen 20 years from now. They don't think it's like what will we do 10 years from now. They think it's like what is going to be the next election term. And can we delay the problem up until then? And then if they lose elections, well, it's going to be the right wingers' fault, right? So imagine this: you're a left wing government, you make all these policies, right? You're kind of like Peter Baelish from Game of Thrones. You just conjure money out of thin air. And by the time the debt comes, well, you're not there. You know, like you just left, you're somewhere else, you retire, you have a nice pension. Put yourself into the position of the people voting for this, right? They managed to be elected in the House. They make probably like 5,000, 6,000 euros a month. They have access to perks, privileges. They make social connections. By the time this actually hits, they're out of office. They live in a villa. They live in a manor. They don't even have to live in Norway. They can go somewhere else. And so this is the problem, right? This is how they're quote-unquote selling the future of a nation with this type of thing. This type of legislation doesn't need to happen in a society that has a healthy economy. It hasn't happened. Like, even in medieval time periods, they wouldn't tax the farmer on shit he hasn't made. Like, it's insane, right? Like, any type of person realizes that this is also immoral. It's not just unjust. And so you can see how people are reacting to it, right? Instead of like cutting the spending, instead of like reducing migration or anything like that, they are pushing for legislation that's causing capital flight. Now what's also interesting is they have now lists shaming people of fleeing from the country. It's like, it's kind of like advocating for a policy where you should be ashamed of nationalism, right? You have like a no border policy, citizen of the world mentality, while at the same time shaming rich people for not being patriotic enough and keeping their business in a place where the government taxes them to the point where taxation does become theft. I mean, let's be honest, most people would agree with taxation if they have some returns benefits from it, right? Like, okay, you get the roads, you get the infrastructure, you get the trains arriving on time, you get the logistics, you get a police force that protects you from your business being vandalized. Like, people are okay with that. What people aren't okay is when your taxes is funding the luxurious lifestyle of a politician, or when your taxes are funding people that haven't paid into the system, right? This is where people are losing their shit and they view it as theft. And so you have other individuals blaming women. Like, this one is interesting, right? Because they say the female vote, 47 voted yes, while the male vote, 36 voted yes. Let me put it this way. While I understand why some people like to blame women for this, and, it feels like you're venting, before women had the right to vote, they still managed to pass the prohibition. Like, I know this is difficult to understand, but, like, women are very influential in the household. So, like, they can actually push their grievances before voting happened. Most of the politicians are paid actors anyway. Like, they have NGOs behind them, they have a team of people, they have a group of people that tell them how to vote. Like, people imagine that politicians, like, genuinely think for themselves. They don't. They usually follow what the party wants. And so, usually you have a female politician because, like, for that voting demographic, the party believes that forwarding a woman is more likely to win the vote. But it would probably win the vote with the man as well. If you genuinely want to fix this bullshit, you have to go back to the time when only rich people were allowed to vote. Okay? Doesn't matter if they're men or women. Rich people, the ones that actually hold land, the ones that actually have a vested interest in the nation state, you will cause other problems, by the way, right? Like, and you most likely will cause rebellions, and you're going to cause civil unrest because people won't feel represented and shit, right? No taxation without representation, that type of thing. You will cause that, but you will at least make sure that laws like this never pass. If only the wealthy, if only the people that own property or own a stake in the actual nation state are allowed to vote, then I guarantee to you stuff like this will not happen. You still may get mass migration, though, because the people that actually own the businesses in that country, they want to depress the wages. Like, they do not want the situation where the employee manages to dictate terms and have a spine. No, like, they want 100 Romanians that don't speak the language, that are willing to work up until 12 o'clock midnight. They don't bitch, they don't whine, they work for below minimum wage. That's what they want, right? And so they would still vote for migration. But at least you will not see laws like this getting passed. But as you can see, like, a lot of people are absolutely livid of this. The Netherlands once built the first stock market, pioneered global trade, and defined modern capitalism. Today, taxing unrealized gains at 36%. From investing financial innovation to penalizing capital formation. The mighty don't fall overnight, they regulate themselves into irrelevance. And this is the problem with the European Union. You generally have, like, political parties that promise people free shit if they get elected. And so once they get elected, they raise taxes, they start regulating, and they win elections. Then, in order to win the next elections, they promise more. And they keep promising and promising, and so they develop the welfare state, which is unsustainable. And this is why you even see this shit, right? The immigrants that are coming, they're not coming in order to fill jobs and create more prosperity. They're coming to justify hate speech laws. They're coming to justify crackdowns on any type of right-wing party that has the audacity to promise people a different system. And so this is why they keep importing immigrants, right? But eventually the welfare system will collapse. Eventually the system is not sustainable. And when you see stuff like this, you know that that time is getting really close. Let me know what you guys think, though. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.